So I am off to my summer holiday next week. I am off to Spain for a bit of sun and sea and relaxation, which means today's episode of Project Pan is all about deciding what comes in my beauty bag with me, figuring out what I need to take with me and what I can leave behind. I haven't paid for trekking luggage, which means I need to be careful about how much I bring, how many liquids, how heavy it is. I don't want to be overdoing it. I feel like most people actually do have one thing they often forget when they go on holiday. You know, when you go away and you're like, oh, not again. For me, that is often a hairbrush. Oh God, why is it always a mess? I swear I'm always cleaning my hairbrushes, and then also when I'm always on camera, they're always disgusting. But yeah, this year I am following a little packing list and I'm remembering to take my hairbrush. You are watching it here first. So yeah, basically I've got 2 makeup bags and I'm going to try and keep it split between like dry products and products that won't leak versus ones which I'm a bit nervous about. So that's the system we're going with, especially because I've got waterproof compartments that I can work with. So I'm just making sure that if there is a leakage, it's not the end of the world. But yes, please let me know what you often forget by the time you're on the other side. I recently went away to a glamping site as well, and I was so close to forgetting to take my bikini for the wood fire hot tubs, which would have been so upsetting. So that was a very near miss. But yeah, I feel like for most people it's like underwear or socks. You're just like, oh no. One other thing I forget is to bring a razor, and it can be quite hard finding a cruelty-free razor on holiday. So that's another thing I have remembered. When it comes to toiletries and traveling, I always find it so helpful to have a few solid products. So instead of taking body wash, for example, even though I'm going through one, I'm gonna take my little soap bag. This is actually freshly washed. I'm gonna take my little bar soap. It is the Zaytoon one. It's a rose olive oil soap, so it's quite soft and gentle, so it should be fine on the body. Just pop it in like this, and then I've got my little body wash, so it helps lather up and exfoliate as you wash. Normally I do just save this for soap scraps, but it also works well with a good size bar. Of course, got to grab some toothpaste. Shampoo, I did recently get this one from Lush. It is a coconut kind of co-wash one, but I'm going to cut in the middle because I think this is more than I need. Oh, that was very easy. Now I've got 2 halves. It smells lovely like coconut. And yeah, just need to take one with me. And obviously got to give the knife a good wash. And I made sure to keep hold of the paper that it came in. I just showed you guys my shampoo. This is actually a recent purchase, which I know I said I wasn't doing. But I was in Lush anyway, buying a few gifts. I had a baby shower on a 30th a few days ago, and that was very fun. But I also treated myself to a shampoo bar just because I wanted something like that for the holiday. I don't really have a lot of shampoo. Even though I've got a lot of conditioner, shampoo is actually something I'm running low on, so I wasn't too upset about buying something like that, especially when it is like a zero waste choice. So yeah. This is one of their coconut co-washes, and I'm curious as to how I get on with it. I did wash my hair last night with it for the first time, and I'm curious as to how quickly my hair gets greasy again, just because it's a co-wash rather than a shampoo bar, so it's a bit gentler from what I understand. But my hair feels very soft, and I just think it'll be very nice on my hair where I'm going in and out of the sea a lot and in the sun a lot. I feel like having a beachy holiday can just be quite damaging to the hair, so it's that little bit of TLC that hopefully keeps my hair looking nice. I had a few bits to pick through when it came to conditioner, but I settled on this Glory one just because, well, mostly because of the size. I feel like that is a really nice size for going away with. I feel like I can condition my hair a few generous times with this and then it'll be gone. And it's one of the more conditioning ones, basically. Lay it on thick. Our richest offering is packed with coconut cream to intensely moisture, curly, coily or heat treated hair. So I think this will be very generous to my hair. So popping that in. Also on looking after my hair, I've got this Let's Bond hair treatment from Naughty. It's a little bond repair leave-in treatment. I feel like you can just tell I'm really looking after my hair, and that's another one in the wet bag, as well as this Fable and Mane Smooth and Shine hair oil, which is just like a nice little tiny size, so perfect for a holiday. And that is it for hair care. Obviously very important to pack some SPF, so I've got this Factor 31 from Boots. I think this one came from an airport anyway. I generally prefer to buy Superdrug SPF just because they're cruelty-free certified, and Boots just say they're not tested on animals, and I do prefer to get that certification. So it's handy that it labels itself like vegan and makes this claim for when you do have to buy stuff as you're going on holiday because of like liquid limits. However, not my first choice. Perfume wise, I think I'll probably finish up this Eden perfume 629, which is a vegan and cruelty-free alternative to Walking on a Dream. Let me double check that. Walking on a Beach I think it must be a dupe for the Maison Margiela Beach Walk. Eden are basically a vegan refillable perfume brand that you can find around Notting Hill in London or down in Brighton. I love using them and refilling them, and I've got my boyfriend and my mum on them. And this one is like a sun lotion type fragrance where it's got that like beachy coconutty smell to it. Oh yeah, it just screams holiday to me. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, it's definitely coming with me, and I have a feeling I'll empty it, but I'll probably refill it next summer. But yeah, another one in the liquids. Toothpaste, obviously. Toothbrush, obviously. And then for skincare, I have a few like samples from Glow Recipe and also some minis. So I've got like a little mini face wash and a little mini glow cream. I know I did a video dedicated to going through minis recently, and I was very happy to be clear of them, but then I kind of missed them. I found them very helpful, and I did pick up a couple of these on influencer gifting, so I'm excited to try something new and also find them quite handy. So please do forgive me on that, but I think they are just going to be quite helpful. So yeah, they are in the liquid bag. And yeah, on to makeup. I am expecting to tan this holiday, so I'm not really going to bother with taking a foundation. It just sounds like a bit of faff, something I'm not going to really want to wear, and something that may not even match me as we go on. But excitingly, I do have a couple of products which I think I might run out of whilst away. So I've got this bronzer, which already pretty much panned. I kind of have to use a brush to pick up the product because it doesn't really rub onto my skin much anymore. And that is Brave Bronze from Superdrug, like their little Studio London brand. Really budget friendly, and I've really enjoyed that. So I would 100% rebuy it. Just I've got other stuff to get through. And then I've got a liquid cream blush from MUA in the shade Misty Rose, which I'm already wearing right now. You can just see it's a very nice light touch of a pink and just gives that little sun-kissed look. I love this, but I feel like this is another one that might empty whilst I'm away, and I'm going to be really sad if it does, but c'est la vie. Another product I would love to rebuy whenever I next have the opportunity to buy a blush. I found this one's brow gel, which I've filled my brows in with. So I've got that with a little like brow tool as well. So I'm going to take those. We'll see if I get around to it, but I want to do one of those little videos where you do like your beach makeup, like at the end of a beach day, you do a little makeup reel. That's one of the reasons I want to take makeup with me. Got a few brushes, and then this lip liner from Et Al. I was at an event of theirs recently, and I got this in the goodie bag, and I don't really have a lip liner in a very like minute shade. So this is perfect, and that is in the shade Fawn. And they're a very eco-conscious brand. They do a lot of refillable makeup, so I really do recommend checking in with them if you are looking to switch to more eco brands. And I have this tinted lip balm, which is SPF 50, which I got as a goodie bag for being a bridesmaid last year. I kind of need to get through this before the SPF runs out. So yeah, it's got 12 months on it before the SPF expires, so I need to get on it, basically. But it's had a lot of use this summer, where it's been so hot, and I think a lot of us forget about protecting our lips. Oh, and then an eyeliner. This one is from Et Al, and it is in the shade Chestnut. It's what I've got on in the corner of my eye right there. I don't really go too heavy on the eyeliner look, so yeah, and a little bit of floss. There is nothing worse than going on holiday and realising you forgot your floss. Sorry, and then one final one is this Violet for eye paint, and it's this like olivey golden shade. I think I showed you guys this one with my summer swap up. But yeah, I'm packing that one as well, just in case I want to feel a bit sparkly or special. I can do like a little bit as a highlighter, or I can give myself a really cool like eye look. I just think that would be quite fun. Okay, perfect. That is me packed for the holiday. I will see you guys out there. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed the video. Bye! Mwah!